Select Community Podcast, and with me we have a full crew today with Charles Rocky.
I'm just a ghost today. I'm not even real.
So this is like the Sixth Sense.
Well, pretty much.
Oh, yay. Charles Armstrong.
We're gonna be doing the Sixth Sense, and I'm gonna talk like Bruce Willis the entire episode.
Okay, that sounds more like the dude from The Godfather, but okay.
Oh man, you gotta talk like Bruce Willis. You gotta get it, with the low voice. Man, I don't know what the fuck you talking about, shit.
Okay.
Whoa. Are you telling me, we had to go up to a fucking asteroid as miners and be trained as astronauts? Why couldn't they just train astronauts to be miners?
I don't know why, but I just imagine fucking Bruce Willis as Ice-T from Bruce Willis replaces Ice-T on Law and Order. Wait a minute. So you're trying to tell me that this dude is... No, sorry. Finish the intros.
First off, Ice-T's voice is a bit higher pitched than that. It's quiet, but higher pitched, like...
No, I'm saying he replaces Ice-T in the show.
Would he be in blackface the entire time, too? Because that's the only way I'd accept that.
Finish the intros.
Wait, okay, I got one. Man, I heard that's as good as Civilization 5's expansion pack. And
Brave New World.
Brave New World. And Fernando Rodriguez.
And I will be Joseph Gordon-Levitt doing Bruce Willis. Hey, everybody. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
I hated the ending to that movie, by the way.
I hated the movie. I hated the entire concept of the fucking...
Oh, I liked the movie, but I hated the ending of it because a lot of people thought, that was a good ending. It's like, no, because of him now, the entire story repeats itself because he was a fucking moron.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but it's like, wow, you died for this shitty, bratty, annoying fucking kid. Way to go, dude.
Well, don't spoil the goddamn thing.
Hey. He died to prevent Akira from happening, alright?
Oh no, I think...
Did he prevent it, though?
Kaneda!
Willis, I would have said, yeah, fuck, spill this little shit.
Alright, we're getting distracted with Bruce
whatever that
Willis.
movie was.
Yeah, spoilers for whatever that movie was called.
Looper.
What?
Looper, right.
Looper, right, okay. Alright.
That's the guy who's doing Star Wars 8.
What?
Alright,
Really?
so who's gonna be the Jai Courtney of this podcast and play Bruce Willis' son?
Not it.
Oh my god.
Wait, Jai Courtney played Bruce Willis' son?
Yeah, in,
Die Hard,
A Good Day to Die Hard.
Whatever the fuck it was called.
The Russian one.
Yeah. But tangent here, when I was doing theater checks on, which is, how when you're watching a movie and the employees have to walk through the theater
Right.
every now and then, hold the light. When I was doing that, I caught a glimpse of Insurgent. It was just such a dumb scene that, they were being chased for some reason. I couldn't tell why. And then they got on the train and, they got away. And then the train's, 60 feet away. It's already leaving. And Jai Courtney goes, ugh! And he pulls out his handgun and he just starts firing at the train.
Damn it, train, you get back here, okay?
I'm gonna stop the train with my bullets.
Good job, dumbass.
Train.
I mean, he is John McClane's son in the fifth Die Hard movie when nobody gives a shit anymore.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway, enough with Brucey Willis.
Oh!
What about that Bruce Willie, though?
That Bruce Willis, though.
I don't understand. Yeah.
You don't understand Bruce Willis?
Well, I don't understand how bad they could have fucked up, what was it? What was the last Die Hard? What was it called?
A Good Day to Die
Good
Hard.
A Good Day to Die Hard. Oh my god, that was fucking awful.
Well, it was a series that just ran on far longer than it should have.
Oh.
I don't see how, that's too hard to understand.
Yeah.
It was a series that was over, and then they decided to bring it back with Live Free or Die Hard, which people still defend for some reason.
Well, you see, man, I worked on that really shitty Kevin Smith movie, the one where I was with,
Cop Out?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Jason
God,
Morgan.
that
With
was,
Jason Morgan, I had to reimburse my second home the other day, so, I just had to get to work that hard.
I just need the quick
Is
check.
it Bruce Willis that won't do a movie unless you pay him $1 million a day?
No, I think that's,
No, that was for Expendables only. because he was like, he didn't want to do it, and he was like, okay.
Yeah, I could understand.
But I'm pretty sure it was But I'm pretty sure, who was it? Johnny Depp has a similar thing going on as well.
I think it was
like him and Jim Carrey. It was like Johnny Depp won't do a movie unless like the baseline you pay him was, I don't know if he still has a policy, and I don't think he can afford to have that policy anymore.
Tusk.
Yeah, it was like he had a baseline for a while where you had to pay him $20 million. Like that was the lowest he'll take to be in a movie. And Jim Carrey had it even worse. Jim Carrey, I think, had like you had to pay him $40 million or he wouldn't be in a movie. This is just something I read a while ago, but I don't think either of them have the careers to support those price tags anymore.
Yeah. God, no. Like after, what was it, Mordecai? No, Johnny Depp, he does not get to say, yes, I want $20 million now. Or
what was that stupid AI movie he did?
Transcendence, yeah. Well, that came out
I remember someone
last year.
said to me, you know what, if it weren't for the fact that it was its own separate movie, I could almost half see it being like the origin story for Brainiac.
Yeah, really shitty one.
Yeah.
But again, like at least it's something.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's got Lucius Fox in it, so. All right, video games, guys.
How do you feel about this whole shaved, like regular hair on top and then shaved the sides of your head look that people have adopted?
I think that's dumb.
Isn't that like just something that like I think that's just mostly a hipster thing people do.
Yeah.
'Cause I have not seen a regular.
Yeah, I mostly see hipsters do that shit mostly. If I'm gonna,
I just don't get it.
Yeah, I
okay.
don't either.
You know,
like,
okay, this may be rather.
Come on.
This may be rather telling, of course, of my viewing habits, but I think the first time I ever saw that haircut in a mainstream thing, Christy Mack.
Oh. Jeez.
I think that was the first time I saw it, and I thought that was dumb then when I saw it.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought you guys were talking about having a high top fade. I'm like, wait, what?
No, not that type.
You like just have like a regular haircut, and then you just shave the sides of your head.
That's some white people shit. I don't understand that shit.
It's like they're trying to do a mullet that isn't a mullet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Yeah. So, Quick Kick is on. You guys want to invite him?
Let's bring in our
first if he wants to. If he's even there. He may have just turned on his computer.
True enough.
Walked away.
True enough, yes. Alright, so until then, we'll go on to the news. And, oh my god, we have like a whole bunch of news.
What are you humming?
It was a news thing. Shut up.
Oh,
move on!
News.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't get that.
It.
So we're going to start off with something that's actually pretty shitty, honestly, and it's, I don't know if anyone...
I know what it is, Ryan. I know what it is. Is it that Don Mattrick is leaving Zynga?
No, it's not. We'll talk about that later.
Yes. It's shitty that he isn't... The shitty part isn't that he left Zynga, it's that he left Zynga alive. I don't know why I say it. I don't really give a shit about Don Mattrick, to be perfectly
honest. Yeah, it's like, why are we being so mean to him right now?
Because he said that
he kind of ruined the Xbox brand. He kind of single-handedly made me. No, it wasn't him, but like he basically presented the whole like I was going to get an Xbox One until they started like rolling out all that shit.
Oh, right, yeah,
he was
when
the face
like,
of it.
Oh shit.
I still like the theory that like he must have known well before then that he was going to be like moving over to Zynga. So his whole logic is, what can I do as a parting gift? I know. I'll ruin the brand of the company that I'm currently working for, and I know for a fact I'll be leaving in a month afterwards anyways.
Like, my favorite thing Don Mattrick ever said was when he was like, oh, you want to play an Xbox offline? There is an Xbox for that. It's called the Xbox 360. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. That guy didn't give a shit.
So, yeah.
It's either he didn't give a shit or he was just inept at his job. And maybe that now that even Zynga's given him the boot, will always leave on amicable terms. Let's just say that Zynga's given him the boot. Yeah, let's just say he's not very good at his job.
I feel that Don Mattrick is the Mr. Caffeine of video games.
But I thought Mr. Caffeine was already in video games.
No, he was just a hired presenter. He wasn't even involved in video games at all.
Who was he doing that for?
Ubisoft.
Oh, God. Did they ever have decent press conferences?
Ubisoft? No.
Yeah.
Not really.
I think
They should just keep that.
The closest they have is like whenever they have Aisha Tyler on stage, but even then, that's not always a guarantee.
Like, she's good.
They just somewhat she gets I like Aisha Tyler, but she gets such shit to work with. Like that fucking what was that like music rhythm like workout game they had where they had two people doing a push-up contest? What happened to that? Does it even exist anymore?
I don't even know.
Everyone just universally say, "The fuck is this shit?"
Wasn't that just because they had Connect support? And I guess since they're like, fuck it, we don't have Connect support with Xbox anymore, we're just gonna scrap that shit.
Yeah. You know who they should just keep as
part of like E3?
They should just have the dude who.
Go ahead.
Yeah. They should just have the dude who introduced Far Cry 4 just run their entire press conference from this point on.
Yeah, he was the only one that had any fucking charisma.
Oh, yeah,
ultimately, for a game that probably did not deserve as much hype as it got, but never mind that.
Yeah, was that the really masculine dude that with that awesome voice?
Yeah, who's just like, you go to Karat, you're brought in on a bus with a fake passport, a few bit of money, and after that, you're fucked.
I want that guy and Aisha Tyler just to host.
Yeah, I think
Aisha Tyler would still probably dwarf him.
Yeah, she dwarfs everybody.
She is a tall woman. And those European
she's an
dudes are just...
You know which E3 presenter I still always think of it in my mind? And I forget. It may have been from Microsoft, but the guy who quite clearly did not give a shit that he was there.
Joel McHale.
And it was quite clear that he had blazed up right before he did the...
Oh, that guy, that stupid Canadian dude?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, gamers, just a bunch of virgin nerds, right? Yeah? Uh-huh, funny. Like, that was the extent of his jokes.
If they really just want to get people who don't give a shit, just get him and Joel McHale.
Oh my god, that was I didn't think
Game Awards... Because he was stuck in the thing where he's like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what I'm doing here.
I could not have thought, of a worse host. I thought to myself, there's no way the Spike Video Game Award could be even worse. Then they brought on Joel McHale, and it's like, my god.
It's like, wow, you guys went to the upteenth level of shitty.
I didn't even think it was possible, especially with him.
That's why the Game Awards were so refreshing. They weren't great, but it was just so we're not being talked down to at a show that's supposed to celebrate the medium. Huh, it feels so different.
Jeff Keighley did something decent recently.
Or they should just get Neil Patrick Harris again, just do a song and dance number.
I remember they brought him on once for the Spike Video Game Awards shows, but I'm pretty sure he, was not interested. And it's just yeah, I forgot my slip backstage. I don't know who actually won the award. Can someone play it?
So this should tell you how interested we are in Don Mattrick's current.
Oh yeah, it's like, who cares? I mean, the dude's shitty at his job. It is now apparent that the guy cannot do good at his job. Honestly. So.
Still probably has more money than any of us will ever make combined.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, he could give lots of a shit.
Well, Armstrong, let's clarify for a moment. Money that I'll make? Yeah, sure. Money that I'll take from several banks across America? I don't know. I think I could rival him.
Ixnay on the revealing plans on the podcast, eh?
Oh, please.
It's that Canadian language. Can't understand.
I don't understand these Canadians. They just keep telling everything
when they're talking their Canadian language.
Those fucking Canucks. They keep telling me
it's
what
okay, stewardess. I speak jive.
Yes. Thank you. Airplanes reference. Thank you.
Oh,
that's all this podcast needed. Jesus Christ.
I was gonna say the old Jon Stewart standby on Canada, where his friend was like, "What do you guys think of Canada? What do the Americans think of Canada? We don't. Not until we run out of natural resources."
Yeah, and Canadians are all just sort of like, man, look at those people down in the States. They're a bunch of fucking morons. let's go watch some American TV because we don't actually like anything we put out there.
Yeah, it's like what you guys. The only thing you guys have is what Trailer Park Boys or some shit.
Man,
Hey, they got Continuum. That's a good show.
Wait, Trailer
Right,
Park
that.
Boys is a Canadian show?
Yeah.
I wonder why I didn't watch it.
Damn.
Nice.
I mean, they got. I've only ever seen.
Isn't
Continuum.
Orphan Black filmed there?
Yeah, it's filmed
Yes,
there. Yeah.
Hannibal is filmed in Canada, but is not a Canadian show. Specifically, is filmed in Toronto. But
Isn't
again,
Brian Fuller Canadian though?
maybe
I have no idea. I
But
was
it's most
asking.
certainly, but it's not. But it's most certainly not produced with like Canadian money.
Hey, we all know the most famous Canadian out there is fucking Mike Myers.
I'd say Will Ferrell.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
Please, we don't even want him anymore. It's just like, please take it.
Seth
You're telling me
Rogen,
you
Will
don't want the
Ferrell.
brilliance of the Love
Justin
Guru?
Bieber, I'm pretty sure.
That's the thing. It's like we just try to get rid of
Fuck
everything
Mike
up here. It's like,
Myers.
listen, we don't want this. We don't want to be proud of this. Please take it.
Yeah, you owe us. God, we've taken Mike Myers, Justin Bieber, and God.
The only thing we had good going for a while was James Cameron. Then he made Avatar, and then it was like, fuck it. Like, why'd you have to do that, James Cameron? Thought you were one of the good
He's
ones.
James Cameron, the bravest pioneer.
And then, but before that, he made Titanic, which in my opinion is far worse than Avatar.
It is, but like Avatar is less like, okay, maybe he's getting back to his roots, and nope.
Nope.
No, he says shit.
It's almost like he couldn't unobtain his unobtainium.
Get the fuck out.
Ooh.
Boo.
You know-
Burns. Boo,
You know-
Burns.
One of the few movies where, in all honesty, like, they try to make it as like, oh yeah, big business is evil. As like the whole how it should have ended thing showed, if the guy just wasn't so fucking interested in banging some alien tail, whole situation probably could have been resolved.
I mean, it's almost like he never watched the movie Pocahontas before. I mean,
Yeah, it's
come
like,
on.
is this not required viewing down in the States? Do you not realize you don't do this?
Oh my God. Okay, so
What has
let's.
Sam Worthington done since then?
Nothing.
Clash of the
The
Titans.
second class of Titans.
Nothing
Oh,
of importance.
Man on the Ledge. He did Man on the Ledge. That was terrible from what I heard.
As was
Yeah.
Clash of the Titans, from what I heard.
Okay, so. Should we get.
Yeah, you were trying to say something else, and then we just started talking
No,
about
I'm
Don
trying to
Mattrick.
get to the news. My bad. Like, I didn't want to be rude and interrupt you guys because you guys were into the whole Avatar thing, and I was like, shit, I don't want to be a dick and interrupt them, but I gotta
Be a
do this
dick.
news.
We go on tangents all the time.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I feel like the guy who now I'm the guy who has to try and rein everyone back. Now it's like, okay, get over.
Oh, Sam Worthington is the voice of Alex Mason in the Black Ops games.
Oh yeah.
Getting that back Call of Duty paycheck.
Yeah.
They're the only place that will take me now.
Actually, yeah, that connected work. Speaking of Black Ops 3, the teaser trailer was actually shown, like, what, yesterday? 2 days ago?
2 days ago.
2 days ago, right. And it is being made by Treyarch, the much more superior Black Ops video game maker now.
They're the
I mean,
only
it's a
people
sad-
that made Black Ops, I should...
The Call of Duty makers.
Or,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Call of Duty, sorry, my mistake.
I mean, it's a sad day where Infinity Ward kind of started this shit out, and now they're the worst. And
Oh, yeah.
the newcomer,
Well, it's just like
Sledgehammer,
Treyarch,
made-
you know, from Black Ops to now, I mean...
Well, I mean, Treyarch made Call of Duty 3, which was kind of a bit pointless.
Yeah.
And they made World at War, where it's like, this just feels
which is
kind
a
of...
prequel to Black Ops.
Is it? No,
Yeah,
it
it is. Yeah, it is.
No, it is not.
Yeah, it is.
Where are you getting this logic from?
Because Gary Oldman's character in Black Ops is in the exact same thing, and without what happens in World at War, Black Ops wouldn't happen. Without that character. So yeah, it's actually
Is Gary Oldman even in...
Yeah, he
World
is. He's
War?
Victor Reznov in Black Ops. And
Okay,
he's in World at War as the same freaking character. I'm telling you, they're both connected.
Well, who's the captain in God damn it, in Modern Warfare, the dude with the mustache? He was in Call of Duty 2.
Right.
Oh, Price, yeah.
Yeah, Price was in Call of Duty 2 doesn't mean it's the same character.
No, it is the exact same character. I'm fucking telling
All right, well, shit. I didn't play either of them.
Trust me.
I didn't play World of War. Yeah.
Yeah, like, look it up. I mean...
Shit, Negro, you're way on to this Black Ops dick, man.
No, because, you know what, there are very few, I'm going to be honest, there are very few first-person shooters that I actually like, or that I'm actually, like, a big fan of, and, like, Black Ops for me is like, oh, wow, you guys actually tried something new, not only in here, but you really definitely tried something new in Black Ops 2, with, you know, the whole multiple endings thing, and while it's like, oh, yeah, everyone does that, but, you know, Treyarch actually tried to do something different, and I appreciate that a lot more than I think most people do. So it's like, hey, you know, I like that. You know, I can always appreciate it when someone tries something to take a risk, more or less, in something like a shooter and try and do something new for your single player instead of just saying, oh, fuck it, you know, it's the multiplayer everyone gives a shit about. You know, I can appreciate that.
Fair enough. And we should mention that this was just a teaser, and that the full reveal is coming out, I think, later this month on, like, the 28th or something.
Oh, yeah. This teaser trailer, as usual with the teaser trailer, didn't show shit.
And we gotta wonder, is this going to be the first Call of Duty that drops the last gen? Is this going to be current gen only? Are they going to still try to squeeze out that last gen money?
I would think they would try and squeeze that last gen money.
Advanced Warfare, if you look at the sales for Advanced Warfare, it sold better on current gen than it did last gen.
Did it?
I don't doubt that.
Yeah, I could easily buy that, yeah. I need to play Advanced Warfare.
For the first time, I actually... Like, it usually sells better on, like, Xbox hardware, but it actually sold better on PS4 hardware.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
That's always good, yeah. Who made Advanced Warfare? Was it also
Sledgehammer?
Sledgehammer.
The newcomers.
Okay. Yeah, damn, ain't that sad.
There are 3 companies on the Call of Duty cycle now.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing about having 3 companies now is that these companies now have a lot longer to develop these games.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you don't have, like, what Ubisoft does, where it's like, we gotta churn out these Assassin's Creed games once a year, every year.
I mean, they're still making one every year, but they have more teams working on it than they do Assassin's Creed.
It's different people doing these, which...
It still doesn't help.
Really?
You can't make... Well, I mean, you can't... No, I'm not talking about Call of Duty, I'm talking about Ubisoft.
Oh, okay.
You can't have, like, 3 entire separate teams working on different parts of the game. That just doesn't work well.
No,
especially when you're telling like each one of those games have their own story mechanics within them. Assassin's Creed is just like a continuing story, so it makes no sense in order. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, oh god, you know, if we wanted to make a podcast just to bitch about Ubisoft, we'd be here for like hours. Honestly.
I think that was our worst of the year list when I just bitched on Unity.
Yeah, I think that was our like. Completely, like, we all agreed that was, like, the worst of the entire year, pretty much.
It was basically just like, man, Ubisoft fucking sucks. Assassin's Creed, they ruined it. Far Cry was pretty good.
And Far Cry, I thought was just... I haven't finished it yet, but I'm not really getting that great of a vibe off of it. And I think I realized what the problem was. As much as, like, Jason Brody from Far Cry 3 starts off as a douchebag, at least that's something other than a character that doesn't really emote all that much in Far Cry 4, and who seems more than complacent in following 2 complete psychopaths in basically destroying a country in the name of For Justice, Brother.
Justice, Brother. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you just look at Troy Baker's character in that game, you're like, that dude's crazy.
Well, it's kind of
crazy,
funny,
but at least
Troy Baker's character is actually like, at the end of the day, he's the one you want to side with in the end, because it's like, wow, everyone else I've been working with is not only just as much of an asshole, but probably even more of an asshole than Troy Baker is. Like, Troy Baker actually has it down and understands what's going on and what needs to be done.
And the man has...
because he's got a fly suit.
I know,
well,
right?
that helps.
I mean, I always love a character that's dressed to the nines. It might be why I love Hannibal. That motherfucker got some fly suits.
It's like, listen, he may kill and eat you, but, I mean, wouldn't you want to be killed and eaten by a man that looked like that?
And cooked
You know,
some
here's the
damn good
thing.
shit.
If he was to chop off my leg and serve it to me, I might eat it. I would be like, you know what? This is a delicious ass leg.
That's kind of the warp thing. That's kind of the great thing about Hannibal and the way they use their cameras and everything is that, I mean, they show you every detail on how he's cooking these people's body parts and everything, and it's like, oh my god, this is so messed up. And then the end result is like, wow, that actually kind of looks pretty good.
It's the most disturbing thing to watch Hannibal while hungry, because you're just like, damn.
It's like, I should not be doing this.
Yeah, this is really making me question my own morals at the moment.
Although, you know, if there's anything I want to do, I want to call Brian Fuller and just be like, hey, can you give me the costume design people? Because I want to get them suits, boy.
Yeah.
Listen,
like, can you tell me where you
I have a hot date I have a hot date the next night. I need to look fly as hell. Don't skip on me, son.
I need to be dressed in
And you come in and be like, yes, of course, and then maybe, you know what, I'll teach you how to make some of my delicious food. You're like, that's all right.
Who are you imitating in that accent?
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
Sorry. Well, I can't make an accent like he does.
He can't do Dutch effectively.
Yeah, there's no way I could. Yeah. So.
Can anyone but the Dutch, though?
Don't think so.
Nope. Anyway,
and nobody tried. That wasn't an open invitation for people here to try.
I think the Scottish can do.
I wasn't even
Scottish
trying.
can do a good Dutch accent. I think they're the best at it.
Oh yeah. Okay. So why don't we get to? I'm thinking, you know, why don't we just talk about the trailers first, and then I'll talk about the shitty stuff. Like last.
Right.
I might as well.
So you want to move from a first-person shooter to a first-person shooter?
Well, wouldn't Deus Ex be like a third person also?
No, it's technically a first-person shooter with third-person cover mechanics.
True. Yeah. Okay. So a couple, like, what was it? Like the beginning of the week, Square Enix did this promotional thing for like 3 days called the Can't Kill Progress video, and it was a live Twitch video of this dude in a room just pacing around, freaking out, and it was pretty much a way to pimp out the new Deus Ex game, Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. And
Woo!
Yeah, and a trailer came out, and it was actually pretty cool. No gameplay, as usual with most of these game trailers. They pretty much show like the really cool, nice-looking CG, and then later on they do a game.
Show you all the badass things that Adam Jensen does that you can't do in game.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. I think there's a couple of things that they showed in there that you could do, like the armor thing that he does near the end. I think that's something that he can easily do. That will.
And probably we're going to have some sort of active camo and the projectiles from your arm.
Yeah, the freaking stun fist. That was awesome. Or being able to just tackle a dude. And I don't know what the hell that was, when he tackled the giant Russian guy.
I mean, I guess they mentioned in the press release that you will be able to use the whole, like, arm blade thing a lot more. Because that was one of the complaints in Human Revolution, which was melee wasn't really that much of a thing in that game, which seemed a bit odd. Or you could do it, but you could only do it for takedowns, and that was a limited supply.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's much more thing.
Yeah, because like every takedown took down a battery.
Yeah, it was weird because you could always have one left, but you would have to eat a candy bar in order to do two.
Or you would have to... Yeah, like you could always do one left because there was always that one final battery, but you would always have to wait for that sucker to charge.
Well, the thing is, like, it never made any sense that only one battery of the amount you had would recharge. Like, there was no logical thing behind that other than they wanted to put in some kind of difficulty.
Game mechanic. Also, I really hope that, because, you know, the game wants you to be stealthy, and it's like, you can either kill people or murder the fuck out of them. I hope they don't have it so that you get less points for murdering the fuck out of people, because, honestly, that was the only reason why I didn't use the blades more.
Oh yeah, that was the reason that no one used the blades, when they were trying to go for, like, oh, I'm not gonna kill anybody or anything. No. But if you didn't do that, you would get hilarious animations of him knocking the fuck out of people.
Well, I was gonna
just
say,
like
I think
leaning back and boom.
now not counting the boss battles, I think like everyone I know who tried to do a pacifist run, they all said, not including the boss battle, try to be a complete pacifist. Then the Fradia Malik section happened, and it's like, I gotta break that rule, man. Gotta break that rule.
Well, I mean,
and then Square Enix has announced, oh yeah, by the way, Fradia Malik, yeah, she's gonna be dead in this game. All right then.
Oh, that sucks.
although here's the thing, I really want, because this guy is essentially Batman, right? Because with the voice, just black everywhere.
I don't know. I think he does the voice much better than like Christian Bale, because I can actually
Don't you
hear
dare
and
fucking
understand
shit
what
talk
he's
to
saying.
Bale, okay?
That's okay. No, shut up. You can totally fucking understand what he's saying. I
No,
hate
you can
that
understand
guy.
what he's saying, but
no.
I just wish they got a different voice actor. That's all I'm saying. Even though he's doing his own voice.
Yeah, he's not like doing like, oh, I'm trying to do a thing. That's the way the dude actually talks.
It's really, yeah, and that's what I thought.
Okay, we might be getting confused. Are you talking about Christian Bale, or are you talking about the actor for Adam Jensen?
No, the actor for
Adam
Adam Jensen.
No, I wasn't talking that I
no.
can't understand him. I was talking about fucking Christian Bale. I can't understand
Why
him.
the fuck are we talking about Christian Bale?
Jesus Christ, because, damn it, Fernando, this is what happens when you start talking.
I'm sorry. Don't hit me again.
Wheels are
But
coming off,
honestly-
fellas.
Next thing you know, they're gonna want to cross our borders too.
Wait, guys, we have
Whoa!
a special guest.
Okay.
We have a random special guest out of nowhere.
Hello.
Yeah,
Challenger approaching.
Yeah, quick kill.
What's up, bitches? Hey, how's it going, fellas?
Has been here, like, for what, 20 minutes? Hasn't said, like, a goddamn thing. Until
Like,
now.
you know,
Silently
man.
jacking off in the corner.
I'll
You
I'll
never
wait.
know.
I'll
Out there.
see you the best time to come in is.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be right when Charles says something incredibly racist.
Timing is what I do. Timing
So
itself.
he basically has an interval every 5 minutes then.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he was
5
just
minutes, I think you're giving
photoshopping
Charles
us in a
too much
very
credit.
suggestive way.
Or he could also come in whenever Ryan cuts Fernando off. Then he'll have a much wider scope to jump in.
See? Okay, Armstrong, you agree with me, right? Like, you noticed
Yeah.
that.
Sorry
insane.
about that.
I was just gonna make a joke,
Anyway,
and I
back to
just
me.
want to see Adam.
Jesus.
That I did on purpose.
I would hope so.
I was just gonna say, I just wanted Adam Jensen to say, "Where are they?" That was
I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this.
I
podcast.
asked for this.
Oh,
So, did you guys play Human Revolution? Did you beat
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So, could we talk about the ending? We can go kind
Well-
of spoilers for it.
I might as well.
The game came out 4 years ago.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think that should be appropriate. Especially
Here's-
since...
I don't remember the ending. I just remember there were 4 computer screens and some dumb shit happened in each one. I still don't fucking remember what each one did.
Well,
I thought there were
effectively,
3
one
computer
ending...
screens.
One ending is like you revealed the truth, and humanity not only decides that human augmentation is not good, but they also decide, you know what? Let's go back to a time before machines. Let's go back to a much simpler time without any technology. Because of course that fucking makes sense. Second ending was the complete and utter badass ending of like, you know what? Let's lie that a terrorist group said this, so that way humanity will believe augmentations are cool and everything, and that way we can all get cyber arms.
Which,
That
that
third
one
ending
has
was-
the most, I would say that one's, like, the most likely outcome of it doing it.
Well, no, actually that's the least likely, because both that one and the first ending I mentioned would both mean that the first Deus Ex could never happen then.
You think?
Although I do
Because I thought
like
it was like
the
Deus
first-
Ex, it was because of the giant progression of, like...
No, quite the
And-
opposite.
The end of Deus Ex,
Nana.
at the beginning of the original Deus Ex, basically only like super rich people had augs, and like
Yeah,
the people who are totally auged out are like work for really high corporations, and like
okay.
there's the people who are on the streets have been like infected with this like disease that was caused by
Right. God, it's been so long since I played the
the
original.
which
Illuminati.
again is why the third and fourth ending make a lot more sense for this, where it's either you lie about something and you effectively allow the Illuminati to continue its power struggle over humanity,
Right.
So
or
wait. Mr. Fantastic, Black Panther, and Iron Man are all behind this, motherfuckers.
It's going to be in the post-credit scene for Avengers 2.
You gotta bring this Marvel shit back in, don't you?
Is that going to lead to Planet Hulk? Yeah.
Here, I thought someone was going to throw in an Alex Jones reference.
1777.
1776 will commence again.
1776, goddammit.
I gotta see
And the
that.
Come on,
Final
it's your fucking revolution, and even I knew that.
I thought the war ended in 77. I don't know.
And the final ending was Jensen doesn't tell anyone, and he just blows up the compound, which I fucking chose. And guess which ending they alluded to at the beginning of Mankind Divided trailer?
Like
blow up everything.
Blow up. It was
But
like
but Armstrong, that would be stupid if he blew up a facility and he's the only survivor of the goddamn explosion. Like, you have to admit this.
He's kidded to the max. Shit.
Well,
it's like the end of Dark Knight Rises.
The entire thing didn't blow up. What happened was
it was a self-destruct sequence.
No, it totally blew up.
Well, no, because I thought it flooded. That's what happened. Like, the entire thing. No. Like, they blew something up that made it so that entire thing flooded.
No, I remember Adam Jensen.
It was distinctly an explosion.
Adam Jensen standing still as things blew up around him.
All right.
They had the whole base was lined with C4.
Yeah, so apparently this is going to take place 2 years after Human Revolution. So, like, 29.
So basically the story is people with cybernetic upgrades are now mutants from X-Men, the vampires from True Blood, black people, or gays. They're pretty much following that same fucking formula.
That's just the X-Men then at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all these... They're the oppressed people with robotic limbs are now the oppressed minority.
Although they were
not an oppressed. Are you saying that Adam Jensen is Dazzler?
I mean, that's technically a thing actually in Human Revolution because, like, Augs in the States were well treated, except if you were augmentated in China, then you were pretty much fucked, if I remember correctly.
I think so, yeah.
They had that whole thing where they tried to use augmentations as, like, leashes for the sex slaves.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. That's in the brothel.
Yeah, ain't that fun? There's not really a lot to go on for this. I mean, because all we got is, again, we just got CGI trailer, and that's really it.
So we thinking 2015 delayed to 2016, or announced for 2016 delayed till...
I'd say 2016 delayed to 2017.
I don't know, guys, because wasn't it fucking Square Enix have been teasing for a while that they had some big title that was good. Well, they said financial year, so
I thought they said it was a JRPG, though.
They think so, but what else could they have been
Unless they're changing Deus Ex to a JRPG, in which point I'm just going to say right now, no, I'm not going along with that plan of action.
Oh my god, I want to see the JRPG version of Deus Ex now.
Fucking hell.
I don't. They already go into long enough monologues already. I don't need to add more.
Is Lightning showing up? Is Lightning gonna fight? Is Lightning gonna fight Adam Jensen?
Oh no! I got it. You just see Goofy walking down the hallway, blood erupting from his chest.
Baby, don't go.
What are you singing?
What is wrong?
Simple and clean.
What? Why?
You know the lyrics to that song. You know the lyrics to that song.
You guys shut the fuck up. You bring up goddamn JRPGs to Square Enix, and I'm making goddamn Square Enix JRPG right now. No, fuck you guys.
No. I'm making fun of you for knowing the lyrics to the song.
I'm not
getting
Because
that's kind of fake.
I'm not going to give him shit. I
That's all I know for that song.
Oh my god. This is not going to come to Kingdom Hearts fucking Memorial Hour. Okay.
Oh my god! I want to see Adam Jensen in Kingdom Hearts 3.
That's what I just said. That's what I just said. Adam Jensen, stalking up behind someone, stabs him in the chest with his arm blades. Turns out it's Goofy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's totally a Square Enix character. They can do that. We can have 47 in Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna wind up with a J-pop song to open up Deus Ex: The Next Human Revolution. Like that song from the second Kingdom Hearts. I can't remember for the life of me what it's called.
Hume and Fernando.
Oh god.
Na 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 na. That's the only part of the song.
The fuck was that?
And now you too can buy clips of Fernando Rocky.
Yes. Oh my god, we did fusion, man. We became
Do
one.
we have the rings?
Oh my god! Did you guys see the clip from the new Dragon Ball Z movie?
I saw the one
Goku's
with
got straight up blue hair.
Oh yeah. Oh, and they have like a.
Oh right, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Goku goes super. So when he goes Super Saiyan, when he becomes a Super Saiyan God, he's got red hair. But when he becomes a Super Saiyan, while he's the Super Saiyan God, he gets blue hair.
It's like, fuck it, let's dye this dude's hair as much.
Is Goku a girl on Tumblr?
He's a very confused lesbian.
Oh, I see. He's an intersex trans person of color.
He's a member of DeviantArt.
Oh, so he's a furry. God damn.
Damn.
He's a big fan of the movie Blue is the Warmest Color.
Why did they call it that exactly? I'm curious to know.
The chick has blue hair? I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be my guess, honestly.
No,
Because I was just trying to figure out if that was like one of those, like, you know, if the carpet matches the drapes type of jokes they were making.
No, he's just a big fan of Life is Strange.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so let's move on. The Witcher 3 got a 15-minute gameplay trailer. Or, I don't know, what would you call that? You wouldn't call that a trailer.
It's the first
Gameplay
15-minute
preview.
game.
A gameplay
Yeah.
preview? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so 15-minute gameplay preview of, like, the first 15 minutes of the game without the opening cutscene.
Okay, here's my first question. How many boobs were shown in 15 minutes? That's the most important question.
I
Price
think the
0.
average is about 15 per minute. So,
Yeah, at least.
15 pairs or just 15 boobs?
15.
That's up for you to decide.
15 dozen per minute.
Okay, because if it's just like 15, if it's just like six
Basically,
girls showing...
Fernando. Do you remember that episode of South Park where they're making a riff on heavy metal and just everything is covered in boobs?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
It's
kind of like
just-
that. Yeah.
Okay, I just thought they had like 6 girls with showing their boobs, and then they had the last chick was the chick from Total Recall.
Actually, the funny thing is, none of the boobs were from women. Just all over the landscape.
Okay, the mountains were just boobs. It was like when Kenny went to heaven in South Park movie.
So watching the new footage, you guys seen anything particular you like out of it, or did you guys all play the previous installment of Witcher?
I played the Witcher 2.
One thing I noticed,
but
above all, is holy shit, those load times are quick.
Well,
It was just like bam, 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 fast travel.
Well,
You're
this
there.
was on the PC.
You died,
as
you're
well.
already back to life.
This was on the PC.
I haven't seen this particular gameplay footage, but everything I've ever seen is great. And I played the first 2 Witcher games. I never beat the first one because it's
You don't need to.
It's a flawed game.
it's more interesting from a, like, just to see, like, this is where they got their start in, but it's not a game you should really play because it's good.
No,
Yeah,
God,
and it
it's
has
more
a-
like a, hey, look how far these guys have actually come from this one game kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, I remember I read a comment where somebody was like, I love The Witcher 1. It's like the best game in the franchise. I was like, are you sure about
You
that?
have very fond
Found the
memories,
hipster.
my friend, of a game that was not as good as you think it was.
I mean, I played that game with the Z or Wolf style. It's a really weird combat system the first game has.
Oh, yeah. Well, this in this one, it looks like they have the exact same one from the second one, but a lot more refined.
And it plays a lot more dynamic
Yeah.
than the second game did.
Oh, yeah, it
which
looks
I really
fantastic.
appreciate.
I gotta say, it looks beautiful. Like, and it looks huge. Just the world just looks gigantic, really.
I do like how, like, I remember one of the first things they saw was, like, the frost effects and, like, the snow, and they were like, oh, I was reading an article about it, they were like, oh, yeah, that looked good, but, you know what, we decided to get rid of it to put something even better. I'm like, oh, okay, CD Projekt Red, I see where it is.
It's like, okay.
Somebody's wearing their balls on the outside of their pants today.
For, like, the past couple of years, it's like CD Projekt Red, they've been really, really cool guys. With DLC and the like, and you know they've had a really great stance.
I think Witcher 3 is the first game they're doing with DLC.
Oh yeah, and we're going to be talking about that in a minute. But is there anything else you guys are interested in about the gameplay trailer? Like anything?
Well, I never actually saw it, so
you didn't see it.
If I didn't actually already buy my copy of Witcher 3, I would buy it again.
Oh yeah.
But
it's kind of cool. Is that GeForce Nvidia? I mean. Is doing this thing where it's like if you buy GeForce GTX 900 series, then it's like, hey, fuck it, here's The Witcher 3 for free along with it.
Anyway, speaking of DLC with The Witcher, there's going to be 2 expansion packs that are each about, I believe, 10 to 20 hours each one is.
Well, no, the first one they announced, which is, I believe,
it's called Hearts of Stone. I think it's called
Hearts of Stone, which that one's going to be about 10 hours, and it's for $10. So $1 an hour, pretty good exchange rate there. The oncoming after that, I think, like the first one's coming out late 2015, second one's coming out sometime in 2016 is Blood and Wine. It's about $20, but that one's
20 hours long. So it's like you're getting an hour for every dollar.
Other area that they're adding game.
But I also read a recent report. I believe I read a recent report where you could buy both DLCs for $25.
Well, that's what they have on as a deal right now over at Good Old Games. That's their deal right now, which is if you just get it now, you get everything for $25.
Which I gotta say though, that is like 30 hours of gameplay. That is more than most games have for DLC. That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm not even sure that's more than most games have in their actual games.
Well, again, like this reminds me of the only other model of DLC that I'm actually a big fan of, which is the Bethesda model of DLC. Horse armor not included.
Yeah.
Like their expansion packs for their other games have been pretty lengthy given the price of them too, so this feels kind of like up that alley as well.
I've always liked how I've always preferred I guess you could say expansion type DLC where it's like, look, we've put in like at least like 7 to 10 hours into this thing and it's $10. There's a whole bunch of shit you can do. Here you go. Instead of being like, oh yeah, this is like 2 hours and this is $15, and it's like, no, thank you.
You know,
the BioWare
DLC day one by purchasing the game now.
So the BioWare way of running shit.
I think it's more the EA way of running shit.
Well,
EA, not exactly innocent of that, but.
Well, I mean, to be fair, with like at least the Citadel and Lair of Shadow Broker, those are longer than 2 hours.
Those ones, yes. I'm more making fun of the whole like.
Were they?
Like Shadows of that. Like,
yeah.
I remember beating Lair of the Shadow
Broker. Actually, Shadow Broker wasn't that long. Shadow Broker was only about 2 hours, I think.
I thought it was like 3 or 4.
Really? Wow, because I distinctly remember beating Lair of the Shadow Broker like in an hour.
I don't think it was that quick, but it wasn't exactly a long thing.
Huh.
Yeah, and it wasn't even. I think it was only like $10.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think like something that for me that was that short. It should be charged for $15. But hey, that's my thing.
I was more just making fun of the fact that like From Ashes content that I'd argue is actually very important to the main game. It's like, no, we'll charge that as DLC.
Yeah.
Or you could just be like me and get the N7 edition, which came with it.
I'm sorry.
I guess like I got
shit.
Or like all the things they had to remove from the game. That.
Yeah. Especially since it was day one DLC.
Yeah. Anyway.
Nintendo wants us to get rid of this BioWare hate.
I'm not hating on them. I'm just criticizing that. Yeah, I mean, didn't have to do that. I mean, that's kind of dumb.
I know, but I was just bringing it back to Witcher 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but yeah, The Witcher 3. It looks like. I mean, what can we say? I'm looking forward to this game. I mean, this is going to be really fun. And
I mean, I really hope they stick the landing with Witcher 3 because as much as I love how CD Projekt Red runs their company, they've only really made one game I really love. So I can't. It's like I admire them, but you need to do more.
Wouldn't that be some shit if at the end of The Witcher 3, it's like it just turns out, okay, so what's the ending going to be like? So CD Projekt Red in updated graphics made a remake of Rapeplay as the ending for the game.
Oh, I thought you were going to bring it back to an aspect where it was in purple, orange, and
this keeps happening.
I thought to myself, like, maybe I can do that, but I thought to myself, what would be even more reprehensible?
Okay, yeah.
It looks good. The game.
God dang it! Seriously, man, this Skype thing is killing me here.
No, I think that was you two couldn't decide. Oh, no, you speak. No, you go ahead.
I can't tell because it's like just recently it was like, like Skype decided, you know what, I'm gonna fuck this up now, and it's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like I had a dip in sound quality.
Pretty fuzzy. Y'all sound pretty fuzzy right now.
Do I? Jesus.
Yeah. I'm getting like a little reverb on somebody's mic.
Alright, I have no clue. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to fix that, unfortunately, but I'll figure I don't know. Maybe there's something in Audacity that can actually clear shit up.
Yeah, it's called the Fix Everything button.
The Fix
I've not used it before.
Final word. Witcher 3 looks pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's supposed to have, like, if I remember right, three separate DLCs tacked on already, and they're at no cost. They're already slated to come out.
16. It's either 12 or 16, actually, I think.
I think it's 16, but they announced the first 3 recently.
Yeah.
They announced the what?
Like it was
okay.
It's 16 different pieces, but they've already announced the first 3 of them.
Yeah.
One of which is horse armor.
Well, at
You
least
know what? The thing is...
Go ahead.
Okay, so when they say DLC, it's not necessarily like a major update each time. Okay, so it could be just like little things like items and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
it's like
I think
cosmetics.
They're gonna have
Very
items. They're
specific
gonna have beard and hairstyles, but they are gonna have some ones that add like missions.
Okay, so yeah.
My real question though is, they first announced that they have 12 hours of mocap sex footage. I wonder how that. I really just want to see how that's going to play in the game.
I think that just meant that like they took 12 hours to film it.
Yeah.
Unless they actually decided, you know what, let's just make a porno with this.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, don't trust what any of those people said, any of those news stories said about, like, oh, they have over 60 hours of porn-fitted footage in the game or whatever shit, because that was complete clickbait bullshit.
Kevin Smith presents CD Projekt makes a porno.
Yeah.
No. Get Kevin Smith away from CD Projekt Red.
Get him away from everything, really.
Get him away from the planet Earth. You know,
But it has Seth Rogen in it. Isn't he funny?
Instead of putting like the Hulk on a spaceship, let's put Kevin Smith. He's big enough.
So you want to make Planet Smith then, is what you're saying.
No, because he won't. No, I'm just saying we shoot him to the sun, not to another planet.
Will he eat the sun?
Oh, he eat the sun, really? Damn, dude. Okay, so let's get back to the next.
That as a Batman, okay?
Alright, fine. Fair enough. Let's get back to another trailer that actually showed up in a trailer that was so weird, because I was thinking, why in the hell are you doing this, Joel McHale? But the Lego Dimensions trailer. This is being made by Warner Brothers Interactive, and this is basically the same thing that that whole toy to life genre, you know what I mean, where it's like, you know, Skylanders, Disney Infinity, and the Amiibos, which is, for me, it's like the poor man's version of Disney Infinity.
God damn it, Armstrong, because whenever this comes up, all I can think about is Armstrong. It's like, you validate this, don't you?
Please explain how this is awesome. Please. I'm not even making joke. I really want to know. Please explain to us who do not understand this. Please.
About what? The Lego things? I don't give a
no, about
fuck
the
about the Lego
amiibos.
things.
No, about amiibos. Like, why is such an appeal to you?
Amiibos.
Like, I'm not even trying to make
Oh,
fun of it. I just
Amiibos.
want
It's really...
He just likes to stuff them in his butt.
He put them in, he uses them for pegging.
Oh, God.
I saw a story about that on.
I wasn't trying to make him the fucking point of contention.
I saw this as a story on Easter weekend where some guy it's like new Easter record set. I stuffed 9 Cadbury cream eggs up my butt.
Oh my god.
Well, if he's using the fucking American Cadbury cream eggs, that's about all they're good for.
Armstrong?
Okay, so I've kind of fallen in and out. Like, I still enjoy Amiibos, but goddamn, Nintendo fucked it up. They fucked it up so bad.
Can you explain?
You guys, I'm sure you guys read. I'm going on tangent here because I didn't get to talk about this last week. Did you guys read about what happened with Wave 4?
About their limiting
Amiibos?
Yep.
Not really. I mean, I kind of remember. I don't really.
Last
Strategic
week,
limiting, I believe, was the term they used.
So, last week Nintendo had was it even last week or was it 2 weeks ago?
Well, may have been last week.
A while ago, the last Nintendo Direct Nintendo had, they hadn't even announced pre-orders for because they're releasing Amiibos in waves. So they're gonna have like this wave, we're gonna have these characters. Next wave, we're gonna have these characters.
Okay.
So everywhere else, except for North America, Wave 4 pre-orders had already launched and people had gotten them. Nobody knew when the fuck they were coming for the US, which was concerning because apparently they were coming out in May and nobody knew when to pre-order them.
Huh.
So Nintendo had Nintendo Direct saying, oh, Wave 4 pre-orders are coming. And then later that day, GameStop sent a thing saying, Wave 4 pre-orders will launch tomorrow at 12.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to be at work the following day at 12. So I had to rush through my day at work. We had stock that day, so I had to carry all the shit upstairs that's like 30 to 40 pounds for really quickly just so I could get an early lunch. I run over to GameStop, and there's a line. I'm like, all right, there's a line. At least it's moving. No, it didn't.
Uh-huh.
Because instead of making a tiered release where they would go live at this time in the in Eastern Standard Time in the East, and this time in the Midwest, and this time in the Pacific, they decided to launch them all at the same time. So what happened to GameStop's system when all the pre-orders went live at the same time and everyone's tried to check out? It crashed it. So their fucking checkout system was crashed. Their checkout system. Apparently their traffic, they reported, was 83 times more stressful than it was on Black Friday. I stood in line my entire lunch break, which was 45 minutes, and only one person went through that entire time.
Shoot.
I did not get to pre-order any of the Wave 4 Amiibos because the time I got off work, by the time I got off work, they were already sold out. By the time the system even was able to process orders, they were already sold out. So the people who were even standing there waiting in line didn't get them.
Huh.
What the fuck?
Now,
What world does that make sense in? The people who get the things are the people who go to the thing the day it launches or who stand in line to get them. You don't just get to have the people who are committed to the thing not get them because, well, we just didn't make enough. Well, we just didn't think about it. Go fuck yourself, Nintendo.
Now, this all begs a very
Apparently,
important question.
The word from the Nintendo headquarters is they don't give a shit. Like, whenever someone tries to say, like, hey, North America really likes these Amiibos, I think it's over 60% of the Amiibo sales are in North America, Nintendo Japan just goes, whatever. Doesn't matter. That's in the U.S. We're in Japan. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Now,
for the past
Arm is
couple of
wrong.
weeks, Nintendo has not really been the best when it comes to business practices.
Now, Armstrong, this all does beg the question, though. I understand your frustration.
No, I'm not even fucking done yet. That's the thing. I'm not even fucking done yet.
Keep going. Hey,
They're only released they have certain characters that you can get anywhere for Wait For, but they also have, wait for it, retailer exclusives. That always works out well. So Ness is GameStop exclusive, Jigglypuff was Target exclusive, and Greninja is Toys R Us exclusive. 2 minutes after pre-orders went up, Jigglypuff was sold out. 2 minutes.
Damn.
For Greninja, Toys R Us, after seeing the shit that went down with GameStop's system, said that, don't worry, guys, we're going to set a specific time for when pre-orders are going to go live. We're letting everyone know ahead of time. It's going to go live 7 p.m. Pacific time the next day. So people set their alarms for 6:50 so they can be up and ready to F5, recheck their computer, get their pre-orders through. At some point in the night, people were saying around 3:24 in the morning, pre-orders just decided to go up. And they sold out in about 5 minutes. So the people who had even set their alarms and decided to wake up early that day didn't get it because this was such a botched clusterfuck.
Okay, so these amiibos are like huge, really, in America.
What fucking marketing strategy is it where the people who want your product and are willing to take time, even leave work early to go pre-order your product, not even buy it, not even it's already there. These are people who are going to give you money before they even have it, and you're not going to let them. What system makes fucking sense where pre-orders... I'm sorry, I thought pre-orders were for, okay, we'll take the pre-orders and then we can see how much we make. It's we're just going to make this many and who cares after that point?
I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
Yeah, this is America.
I'm expecting, like, Armstrong to... He's just going on his Mel Gibson rant here. I'm expecting him to just, so Nintendo, smile and blow me!
I'm honestly expecting him to, like, crash through his fucking window and... start ready to hunt people who work for Nintendo.
Now,
apparently he's not the only.
I wanted was a Ness and a Charizard. That's all I wanted.
Now, Armstrong, I understand your frustration, but this all begs the question:
what got you into the amiibos in the first?
Yes,
place?
like we still understand why the
that's
amiibos.
Why
are
I asked you what about the amiibos.
I've been thinking about this for a while, and the best analogy I can come up with to make people explain it without having them actually use one in person is it's like Pokemon, where you get one and you can train them and you can make them fight other things, and that's just for Smash Brothers. They're going to have other uses for other games, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't have a Wii U, so all I can use them for is Smash Brothers. So that's what I use it for, Smash Brothers, where you collect your amiibos, you make them fight against yourself. You train them up to level 50, and then you take them over to your friend's house, and you make them fight each other, and it's fun to watch.
Seems like a feature that could have been in a game where they were like, let's put this in plastic toys with RFI chips.
Yep, pretty much.
Why is this something people like? Like, this is what I do not understand.
So it's kind of like a okay, sorry to simplify it, but it's like stamp collecting or some shit where it's like, I gotta collect them all, I gotta grab them all, I gotta collect them all, and now I need to have them kill each other or something.
I just want to wonder, is it going to turn into HAL at a certain point you evolve them enough?
Yeah, I think that's probably the goal of it all. But it's a stupid but fun. They're making double uses because people are going to try to buy figurine collectibles of their favorite characters, even if they don't have anything like special, if they're just straight up figures. So why not add in something extra for it?
Right. I just want to get the Kratos amiibo for Sony, just for like I just want a murdering crazy ass.
Okay,
but back to Lego Dimensions or whatever the fuck it's called.
I don't give a fuck about Lego Dimensions.
If this was like Amiibo
I'm sorry,
Dimensions,
you guys brought up my salt. I had moved past this, but you brought up my salt again.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to know, like, what's the appeal of Amiibos, honestly. That was it.
So basically Legos, everything is awesome with Legos, but This game looks like it might be a huge success because everybody fucking loves Legos. Legos are in the height of their popularity with Lego Movie and all these Lego properties out there. So it seemed like a good idea. They're going into that. I think Skylanders are no longer going to be a thing because nobody knows what the fuck Skylanders are or Spyro. Everybody's like, Disney. Disney has a plethora of characters, and Lego has a plethora
that,
of characters.
but
I would be interested to see the sales,
the number
though.
of kids I see every day coming into the movie theater who have Skylanders t-shirts.
Because
on.
as you can see, I see a lot more
Yeah.
coverage of Skylanders than I do Disney Infinity.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I get the appeal of Disney Infinity because it's like, oh, hey, you can get
Every Pixar,
yeah,
Disney,
every Pixar
and
character, and you can get every Marvel character now. I mean,
Soon it's going to be Star Wars. We all know this.
oh God, yes, of course.
Well,
You're
you
gonna
know
have
the thing
Star
is-
Lord punching the shit out of Darth Vader. Or
It
something.
doesn't seem like a thing to us because we're all older, but young teens and kids in middle school, they're not going to want to, let's just say what it is. I'm sure there are girls who play it, but I would say probably a majority of the people buying these things are young boys. Let's just assume that. So
Yes.
they're not going to go with Disney figures because when you were in middle school, weren't you you're trying to make yourself seem older. You're trying to watch R-rated movies or more hardcore things. You're not going to go with like Disney stuff. You're going to go with Skylanders who at least look like little monsters and stuff who like
Right.
breathe fire and shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the new Yu-Gi-Oh! In a lot of ways.
It very much is.
Yeah.
You just activated my Skylanders trap.
Well, I mean, I think the brilliance of adding Marvel to it would probably bring in that same audience because Marvel's cool again with all the movies and TV shows.
Well, that's
Yeah.
probably why they did add Marvel. But what I would be interested to see is how the actual sales figures turn out. Because so far, I don't think we've seen anything about this.
Honestly, yeah, I'm gonna be interested in the whole.
I think they're both selling very well for their respective companies.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not like those games are hard to make. It's not like they're super like graphic or you have to hire extreme voice acting, like really good voice acting.
Yeah, you don't really
It's
have to
probably
go
cheap.
really far.
It's cheap to make, and those things are expensive to buy. And like kids can just be like, "Mom, I want Star-Lord. I want Groot."
Yeah, I want.
I
I
want
don't know
more.
about Disney Infinity, but I think Skylanders brought in $1 billion for Activision last year.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they lost Guitar Hero, so now they're back to having 3 major franchises with Skylander. Call
Oh
of
no,
Duty.
they're bringing Guitar Hero back, didn't you hear?
Yeah.
Nobody shit.
Or wait, I thought they were just bringing Rock Band back.
Well, they are
Guitar
bringing
Hero
Rock
is
Band back,
poised
but
to
there
come
was
back.
the rumor that Guitar Hero's coming back. Because, of course, they're going to... Rock Band's coming back. Well, we got to make a new Guitar Hero.
Right. Yeah.
You gotta
Because they
start
wanted
the
to
war all over again.
They want to destroy the market again. That's really it.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Pretty much.
No,
But I know no one wants to talk about the Lego Dimensions thing, but I might as well say, hey, apparently there's going to be a whole bunch of things from like Lord of the Rings, DC Comics, to even like Back to the Future, which I didn't even know there
I
were
think-
Lego Back to the Futures to begin with.
I wouldn't doubt they bring in Harry Potter too.
Oh, totally. Yeah, Harry Potter, Marvel.
But to quote Danny Glover, I think I'm just gonna have to say I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently the starter bundle would be at $99. And
Of course
Fuck.
it is.
yeah, and Jesus H. Christ, and it will apparently include the pad, bricks to build the Lego, I'm using quotations here, gateway, 3 minifigures, and a Lego Batmobile.
Now, this may seem like a really stupid question, but I just realized no one has mentioned this. What platform is this going to be on?
It's going to
Probably
be
everything.
PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Wii U, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. So pretty much
Yep.
every single console.
Well, I
Yep.
mean, I don't know. Wouldn't it be like with the Wii U since you have the pad? Wouldn't you not need the portal just because you have it on the pad?
Possibly, but then they wouldn't be able to sell that accessory to them.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
they prefer money than convenience.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Okay, so
apparently,
basically,
sorry,
But I
this,
suppose it would be odd if you just had like the figurines on the pad as you were holding the controller, though.
yeah.
That's not how... okay, I know I'm
I
thinking
thought
of
you just need a-
Amiibos, because I guess that's how
I
it
thought-
works for Skylanders and Infinity.
Like, how does the
I thought
Amiibos
with that-
actually
So I
work?
think you have to keep it on the pad in order for it to work.
For those, but not for amiibos.
I thought you just put it on once, and then you put on another one, because I think that's how you do co-op.
Yeah, I would assume that's the way it is. I haven't seen one in action, but for the amiibos, you put one on, it reads it, and then you can take it off. And you don't put it back on until you finish with it, and then you have to put it back on, and it saves the data to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But either way, this is not for us. This is really not for us.
Yeah, sorry, this ain't really for us. I mean, I guess the last thing I'll say is this is coming out September 27th. And yeah, I mean, this really isn't my thing. I mean, I can understand the appeal. And I actually get Disney Infinity so much more. Because again, it's like, you got all these Disney properties. You even got the Marvel properties. So it's like, yeah, of course. I mean, shit, we saw Jason Murphy have like a fit when, freak out a little bit when it was, what was that, Iron Fist? Yeah. So there is an appeal for something like that when it comes to Marvel. But for me, and
I think this is the perfect game if you have kids, this is the perfect game to get them because it's safe, it's fun, this is something you and your kids can relate to, and yada yada yada.
If you got cousins coming over or something, then yeah, it's like that kind of thing where you
I don't like my cousins.
Well, yeah, that's you, Fernando. Apparently, you don't have good family relations.
Nah, fuck those Hispanics.
And then Quick Kick's just saying in the background, saying, "I think Lego Destiny looks pretty cool."
Oh yeah, what do you think, Quick Kick?
I can see why. You brought the question why they would make this game. I can see the why. He's kind of back on the idea of when you originally played with Legos, you always like mixed them all together and stuff. Your different collections. Of course, like back then, you only had like knights, pirates, space explorers.
Yeah, you were pretty limited in like they didn't have all those other different IPs that
I think they jumped the shark when they started introducing Bionicle. And they started to create a shit of other different pieces.
Bionicle. I remember buying those. They were so weird. I mean, they were so different compared to like, the usual Legos. Because they were like, the Lego pieces were like these wired, connected things, and they had these balls that connected with everything else, and they were just so weird.
I fucking loved Bionicle as a kid, so...
Yeah, I did too, but
I'm not saying it was bad, but I'm just saying I think it got away from the whole Lego thing at that point.
Although, when I was a kid, I kept building spaceship while screaming spaceship, so that was a thing.
Yeah. And for some reason, he sounded like Charlie Day when he did it.
That is really weird. But, anyway. Oh, the spaceship!
But,
so, next news story, because I think we're done with Legos.
But, what were you going to say, Quick Kick?
No, I was just going to say that's, I could see why, where the appeal would be to make that game, especially with all the different properties that are all kind of collapsing in on each other. Like Marvel's got its own universe kind of coming together, so all of its movies are going to be featuring each other. All of its characters, be featuring each other. So I could see why, or like we were just talking about with Amiibos. Amiibos or Disney Infinity or whatever. You can look at that, and they're basically just collapsing all of their intellectual properties on top of each other, mishmashing them into a single game or a single world or something like that. So I can see why the Lego folks would do that. Whether it'll be a success or a hit or miss, that's we'll have to wait and see.
All right. Okay, so the last two, one of them I need to decide on. I want you guys to decide on, because basically it's about the Lego Dimensions thing, but it's about the site, and it's about Polygon.
Oh, I heard this story.
Do you guys actually want to talk about that for like a minute?
This was some shit. Like, this is like something where it's like, oh.
Okay, so
Polygon created its own controversy? The Deus, you say?
Well, basically what happened is, and I forget what the guy's name is, but basically a day before Lego Dimensions was announced, the guy bought the URL to the Lego Dimensions site, and basically whenever anyone went and typed in LegoDimensions.com, or, the URL, instead of actually going to the fucking game, it would actually go straight to Polygon's site. People are saying when they found out, the guy was like, "Oh yeah, this is hilarious. It's funny that I got the IP before anyone else." And people were like, "Did you fucking have insider information about this?" And I believe he said, "Oh yeah, I did."
Well,
That's a
And
dick
he
move,
used it to
man.
his advantage.
Isn't that? I would assume that's kind of illegal.
That's
There's some
may
kind of
be.
fucking breach.
But then again, there was precedent about this. I remember like several years back when, say, Coca-Cola, like their URL before they purchased it up, someone else did and redirected to a porn site.
Okay,
And they had to pay the guy like millions of dollars just to get the URL.
I think there was a case where Colbert or somebody, one of them, actually bought a website, or John already bought one of those websites or something sounds similar to it, and there was a donation page to an it was, I can't remember what it was for, but they did something similar to that. So I don't think it's strictly illegal to do, it's just
I
like...
would definitely
it's
say
very
that it's like
unethical,
lack of any kind of ethics, really. Especially when the people asked him, when the company asked him, "Hey, you mind not doing that? That's really not fucking cool. We need this back." His response was, "Okay," and I'm quoting this, "Okay, here you go. Sorry for trying to do a funny thing. Have a nice day." In it's such a douchebag way where it's like, "Well, excuse me for trying to fuck you guys over."
Excuse me, princess.
Hey man, it's not my fault if you can't get a joke, okay?
I mean, it's not even a funny joke. It's just like a stupid way to get hit.
You beat
Well, it was okay,
really.
Fernando, you are lying though. It was a funny joke. It redirected to Polygon. That's the punchline, really.
Yeah. A site that
You're right.
barely has any kind of ethical concerns, really, and is barely called news. Really, using your information, private information, to try and get ahead for your fucking site and being this kind of a douche, yeah, not cool.
Yeah. So the end all be all of this lesson is, if you're gonna do something like this, try to be clever with it, and don't be like, I'm a dick over a brand new IP.
Yeah, don't be an asshole. Don't go explicitly out of your way using insider information to try and fuck over a business that really did nothing.
I'm not even like, let's not fuck over businesses, but it's Lego, guys. Come on, man.
Well,
what is the worst thing Lego did? Put plastic out there? Come on.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Don't try and fuck over a business that really, what's the worst thing they did? They put out Legos.
They charge you a little bit more than they should for plastic, let's be real.
Yeah.
But come on.
They distract your kids when you don't want to deal with them. Oh, the horror.
Lego is honestly one of the best toys you can get for your kid.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Well, that's why Minecraft kind of replaced it, because it's creative and it lets kids build stuff. That's why Minecraft was so big. It was Legos that you didn't have to buy.
It's still.
Is it sad though that I prefer?
Strong.
Is it sad though that I prefer regular Legos over Minecraft?
Not really. That's your preference.
I never really had Legos when I was a kid. I had like the first whenever my friends played me, the first kind of Lego thing I had was Bionicles.
You know what? I had Lincoln Logs as a kid.
No.
True story.
I had something before.
Oh, you got Lincoln Logs?
And Super
was
Block.
Dude, I'm
Bionicles.
sorry. God, that sounds like a horrible childhood. I didn't have Legos, but I had Lincoln Logs.
No, I had both.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's different.
Okay, I thought it was like, no, your parents didn't want you having those Legos, so it was like, screw it, here's Lincoln Logs.
I had like Star Wars Legos and like skate park Legos, and
Okay.
I was really into the show Rocket Power as a kid.
I remember that show. Oh my god.
We are riders on a mission, action given, proposition, rocket power.
Oh my god.
What show was that again? I don't think I ever watched this one.
That was on Nickelodeon.
It was the most 90s cartoon that ever existed in your life.
Wait. Was this the one about, like, the 4 kids in Hawaii?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, that fucking show.
Yeah.
With their Uncle Tito, who was like this fat surfer.
Who was the stereotypical Hawaiian. Pretty
yeah.
much.
Although, one of the
Ancient Hawaiian Sea.
One of the most interesting things I learned was, you guys remember the wild thornberries?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yes.
remember the kid Darwin, I think? Apparently the voice of like that monkey child was Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
I can see it.
Oh my god, I found what the predecessor to... You guys remember Throwbots?
A little bit.
They came out before Bionicles. I'm gonna find a picture of them.
Go ahead, let me see.
Yes! Oh my god, this is what I had instead of Legos, and then Bionicles came out. But Throwbots were the OG
these
Bionicles.
fucking things!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Fucking Throwbots,
I remember
man.
these. Oh my god!
I never had these.
I remember these fucking...
I had Bionicles.
I have never seen these before in my life.
Oh, you're missing out.
Wait a minute. This is like the Bionicle stuff.
Yeah, this was the predecessor.
This predated them.
But it was made by Lego, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting. I don't think I ever had these.
Throwbots, Bionicles were the edgy Throwbots.
Because these look pretty edgy to me.
Are they still making Bionicle? Because I thought they
I
quit.
think so.
Probably.
Okay. Yeah, I remember Bionicle was like really popular. Going back to the whole Lego site, apparently that's been fixed. It's done. It's good, and bless you, Fernando. No problem. So yeah, like for anyone that wants to go on that site, you know, there you go. It's fixed. On to something that also is pretty shitty. And thank you to Charles Rocky for actually correcting me on this, because I thought the people that were talking about this were against for getting rid of this, but no, these are people who are actually for it, apparently. So the Digital Millennium Copyright Act has this thing called an anti-circumvention provision, and it's called Section 1201. And what this does is it prevents users, including communities, archivers, researchers, or museums, to legally modify games to keep them playable when the publisher shut down the servers. Right?
Yeah.
There was a response. Let me see, and I'm trying to read this. The EFF, the the EFF. First part said it wanted to. The EFF, for its part, said that it wanted to keep online player communities happy by allowing games to live on past their publisher's death warrant. And this is the quote: Section 1201 of the DMCA creates legal difficulty for these communities, which is why we've asked the Copyright Office to give them an exemption. Section 1201 is often used by the entertainment industries not to prevent copyright infringement, but to control markets and lock out competition. And the ESA has actually got support from the MPA, or the MPAA, the Motion Pictures Association of America, and the RIAA, the Recording Industry Associations of America. Now, these guys opposed the proposed exemption in a joint creators PDF, arguing that this proposed class of works should be rejected because circumvention related to video game consoles inevitably increase piracy and is detrimental to the secure, trustworthy, innovative platforms that video game publishers and consumers demand. Congress clearly intended to protect the right of consumers and developers to choose between competing styles of platforms. I'm quoting this. I mean, like, what do you guys think? I mean, do you guys think that, like, they'd be like, oh, cool, yeah, fuck it, we'll let you guys do this, or would it be like, no, fuck you guys, we're keeping this?
It's part of the problem we have with copyright law nowadays, where you get why they're like doing stuff to protect their IP, but at the same time they're casting a blanket thing where every situation is the same in regards to copyright, where it obviously isn't. Where stuff like this, where it's like, no one's fucking using these anymore, so why wouldn't you let us do thing to keep playing something we bought when no one else is going to be doing this? It's not like they're losing any money. But then you have situations where if they allowed to do this, then people could theoretically just create mods of the thing and not have to pay for stuff.
Right, yeah.
The way our copyright laws are really fucked. Like, it's like if you don't defend your copyright every given chance,
then you lose the copyright.
Almost like if somebody actually blatantly steals your copyright, you can't it's a hard time to prove it in court because you're like, oh, you let these people do it, but what about these people? Even though it's completely different situations.
Yeah.
So it's more of a problem with the copyright law itself than anything else.
Yeah,
because
right.
if you really want to get down to it, Mickey Mouse should be a public domain character by now.
Oh yeah.
But
there's a lot of books that should be public domain, should be free for everyone now, but they aren't.
I'm sorry to cut you guys off, but I would like to correct myself because I think I fucked up because I mispronounced one of the groups. The EFF, the Electronics Frontier Foundation, are the ones for letting this be changed so museums and archivers can modify games. The ESA, the Entertainment Software Association, are the ones who are against, along with the Motion Picture Association and the Recording Industry Association of America.
Which, again, anyone surprised that those two groups decide to join in on this battle?
Right, yeah. I just want to change because I'm pretty sure I said that the EFF was against it while saying it was for it, so I apologize for that.
But something I was going to mention, however, because someone had someone pointed out, it's like, it's ridiculous, especially when you're considering, like, products that you yourself have bought that you can no longer use.
Right.
Because, there was a story, I think, that happened last week about this. I'm not sure if anyone heard about it, where it was NBA 2K14, a game that only came out last year. There was a notice that their servers were about to be shut down soon, which is a bit surprising for a year-old game, but whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But then when it got shut down, all save data was also deleted with it. And 2K's response was, oh, well, if you want to stop that, just simply back up the files, offline, and then you should be good. Which would be final if it weren't for the fact that all the games have been updated. Meaning, you can't do that because the moment you turn on the console, files are going to be deleted.
Yep. They extended it, though, didn't they?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I read that they were going to delete it, and then they got an or they might have already shut it down, and then they extended it out through, I think, the end of 2016.
Well, it was shut down prematurely before people were made aware, and that's when they found that their save data was deleted.
Oh, right.
But
but I think the servers are back on now.
But the thing I was going to point out to this is it reminded me of something I read somewhere where there's actually an interesting piece of contention about this because
yes,
if you notice, depending on the type of game that you get, there's technically a rule now, at least in regards to games, where technically you're not actually buying a game, you're just buying the license to play it, and then it's up to the company to then determine whether or not you get to continue using that license.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
That's always been my problem with digital purchases. Why I'm going to hold on
It's why I try as much as I can to not buy stuff off of Steam. Because as convenient as it is...
I've stuck on to hard copies for a while now.
Yeah.
See, my problem is I can't really get hard copies most of the time. So it's like, fuck it, I don't really have a choice.
I mean, I've been doing digital. Like, for me, it's been doing digital because it's like, to go to like, let's say GameStop or something, I have to like, alright, I gotta take the bus, go to GameStop, pick my game, take the bus back. I'm like, I don't want to do that shit. I'm just like, I can just download it in the comfort of my home, or order it from Amazon, I guess, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, understandable. But yeah, I mean, I think it's also ridiculous that it's the ESA, RIAA, and the MPAA saying, oh, letting people continue to play the games they paid for will destroy the video game industry. Or let me say the full quote.
That's absurd.
Just like VHS and DVDs.
Here's the full quote, so then no one... I mean, it's still stupid either way, but might as well say it in a full
Yeah, because everyone knew that, like, the bootleg industry for movies really tore down the industry, right?
I gotta say, these guys are being real CUNTs.
Cunts?
Cunts?
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Might as well say it. We've said so much worse on here.
But you were just saying, like, acronyms that just make
okay.
Okay, I didn't get it, sorry. But, So here's the full quote. They say that modifying games to connect to a new server after publisher support ends will destroy the video game industry. Or to avoid contacting the server at all will destroy the video game industry. So, either way you say it, it's pretty stupid.
Maybe they meant more like, it will destroy the large parts of the video game industry. It will destroy EA and Ubisoft. We can't have that happen.
Yes, we can.
No,
Please, let's have that happen.
Please. Nobody kill Ubisoft or EA. No, the humanity.
What would I do without my sports games?
I mean, I can't play the follow-up to Assassin's Creed Unity. Damn it.
Yeah, a game.
You're not going to play Assassin's Creed Victory?
Yeah, that Victory
No.
can go fuck itself.
Actually, I've mentioned this before, but like Victory seems like it picked the worst possible location you can set for an Assassin's Creed, in as much as what the hell is going on in Victorian London politically that makes it interesting?
Like,
We're going to learn that Jack the Ripper was actually an assassin. He was really killing Templars.
Now I know they're gonna do that, but
It's
at the same time, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed when they bring that up because it's like, god damn it.
It's like, really,
You know
you
what?
guys could.
I thought the French
Anything
Revolution
else
was a dumb
intelligent?
time.
Sorry, what?
It's,
Yeah, what'd you say?
No, you said something.
I said,
Oh, me?
yeah.
They both said something. I was asking, what did Fernando say?
I thought the French Revolution was a dumb time to place an Assassin's Creed game.
No, French Revolution actually makes sense because politically speaking, because it seems like the Assassin's Creed game have taken place again during major political shifts. The Crusades, the Renaissance, the American Revolution, Age of Piracy, the French
Golden-
Revolution,
yeah,
all
Golden
big,
Age
very
of Piracy.
political things and very, big things just happening all over the world. And in fact,
Here's
I
the
would
thing,
argue that
though. I feel the same way that Kevin does about the French. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, but I'd also argue that the French Revolution provides a very useful thing in as much as it could have provided the chance to have an Assassin's Creed game where the Assassin's line of thinking is what fucks things over instead of the Templar line of thinking. But they decided not to do that.
Yeah.
I
Again,
was just very disappointed that Jean Valjean didn't show up once.
But again, the problem
And I'm Javert!
But the problem in Victorian London is just like, what is going on in Victorian
What's
London
so one?
of any particular, political note? Not
It's
much.
cold, and there are people who talk like this every now and then. Right. Hey, the accents will actually make sense for once.
No, it'll still be Americans from, it'll still be either, Americanized or Canadian voices from, Montreal.
You know, it'd be funny if they actually got Michael Fassbender to do a voice.
For
Oh,
what?
God.
Oh, that would be excruciating.
Well, you know he's going to be in the Assassin's Creed movie, right, Ryan?
No, but...
I was
Oh.
talking to Ryan.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's... Are they
That is what joke is.
Are they
Yeah,
still
that's
doing
fine.
that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ugh, God.
I mean, to be fair, Assassin's Creed live action stuff has actually been pretty good.
What
I
else
would
have they done
disagree with that.
action?
Like, they had the Spike stuff before Assassin's Creed 2, and they also had that home movie Embers with Ezio, which is actually not that bad.
Oh, right, yeah. That one was actually really good.
So I could see them doing Assassin's Creed. You could condense that into a pretty good movie.
I don't know.
If you
I
had-
mean, we've never... God, we've never, ever had, a good video game movie.
Like we've had
Or at least based.
We've had movies with video game elements, but not a direct adaptation.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
But I could see it. Assassin's Creed is straightforward enough of a story that you could just translate that to a movie.
Yeah.
This may sound sacrilegious to say, but I honestly do not give a shit if they ever make a good video game movie.
I mean, I would like to see one, but honestly, I'm fine with video games just staying video games.
Because
Yes.
I enjoy the video game as a video game. I don't need it in movie form to enjoy it more.
Yeah.
I like seeing a comic book translated into a movie or television show because I feel that's more of it works. It's it works better just because it works better as a cinematic experience that you can't get in comic books by themselves. But A game itself is already enough of a cinematic experience that it doesn't need to be translated to a movie or television show.
No, and in the case of a game where it's like a big part of it is also like how you feel playing the game, not exactly something you can replicate in a movie.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like trying to translate Last of Us into a 2-hour movie. It's just going to turn into a regular zombie movie.
Which, again, not inherently bad, but not exactly amazing either.
Yeah, like, if they were like, oh, we're going to do an HBO miniseries, sure, but a movie? Like, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I guess that's it. I mean, we've talked about all the stuff that I could find. And damn, we did actually pretty good. I have to say.
We did it.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone, for listening to the Rage Select Community Podcast. I am your host, Ryan Graff. And with me has been Charles Rocky.
I refuse to acknowledge my existence here. I have become nihilism incarnate, and I refuse to believe that I exist.
He's become Russ Cole from True Detective.
Good luck.
Gonna cut off your Johnson.
Just gonna cut your fucking dick off, man.
Life is tiny circles. Tiny circles.
Tiny
Don't believe
circles.
in anything, Lebowski. We are nihilism.
Anti-Semites. Okay.
Say what you will about the National Socialist Party. They at least had an ethos.
Ethos, yeah. Okay. Fernando Rodriguez.
Adiós todo mundo, Rage Select Community Podcast.
Trying to get the telenovela
And
crowd.
now we have B-Man.
Yeah. And Charles Armstrong.
Goodbye, everybody.
Yes.
Who earlier did his best Mel Gibson impersonation with his Amiibos rant.
I'm just saying, Nintendo can go get raped by a packet.